Good afternoon on this glorious September 16th, Monday. As usual, we're going to give the disclaimer. All these things I speak about are my views, my opinions, things that I may have read about, things that I may quote that may not be word for word quote. I will use the term paraphrase. And with that, as usual, we're going to start the show. I haven't quite named it yet. I'll name the show pretty soon. We'll get something going with that. But this is episode 3. And you're alive, you're awake, you're starting your day. It's mid-afternoon here. You're having a bad day. You might have watched something on the news that you weren't happy with. You might have clicked on the social media sites that may show things that you may not want to see, people's comments that you really shouldn't have read, and things that are going on around you that maybe you're having a bad day at your place of employment, car's not working well, something happened at your residence, what have you. These things can take a toll on how you feel, and how you go about your day and how you react to things. You can look at the world we live in. Not everything is sunshine, rainbows, and things of that nature. But how can you build upon that? How can you feel better for yourself? How can you make yourself go about your day in a more positive way? I've seen the pros and the cons lately about new age activities and things that nature that may people find peace in. I know it's been looked upon very in a hippie culture far back as the 60s, maybe even earlier. Crystals, your aura. A few years back, there was feng shui where you would rearrange your house to harness positive energy. In the mid-90s, there was those pure mood compilation albums. So there's been a lot of that, and a lot of people use that in a positive way and use that in a way to better themselves in their mental health, in their overall health of how they react, how they feel, how their day goes, how we can build upon that. I've also seen the negative where people have mentioned it's not permanent, it doesn't solve all your problems, which is what today I want to talk about. Does it solve all your problems? Can you feel negative? Well, we have different things that we go through each day, environments we're surrounded with. There's an old saying, you are the company you keep. So you are how you surround yourself. If you're around negative elements, negative things, you're going to react negatively. You're going to do negative stuff that will maybe have consequences that you may not be happy with. You may not want it to continue, but those are the consequences based on your actions, based on the things you do. Those things you want to build yourself up with. The positive stuff, that is. You want to, whether it's through crystals, meditating, chanting, if you're into certain Eastern philosophies and faiths, if that brings you peace, if that makes you more positive, that's make you smiling more, if that makes you not deal with stuff negatively, then maybe that may be something conducive towards your behavior, your thoughts, how you feel, and how you go about your day. I'm not saying that that's going to cure and solve all your problems. I try to personally. I've looked at memes, positive stuff, positive quotes, things that help build my day. I've counted to 10. I've done many things that when I'm in situations I'm not happy with, which, like I mentioned before, does not happen overnight. It doesn't happen where it's gonna be all rainbows and sunshine, as I mentioned earlier. It's gonna be in a way that's gonna help you deal with things better, help you not have negative consequences. Maybe it's like I mentioned, it's not gonna have overnight. Maybe after a while you're gonna, just keep your mouth shut. Let things happen, because if you react to it, you're feeding into the negativity. So those negative elements are not going to go away. The news you watch is not going to go away. The negative comments on the social media that affect you will not go away. People's reactions, people's opinions are not going to go away. But how you feel, how you deal with the things that you build within yourself, how you feed yourself, will actually benefit the things going on around you. How you deal with things and how your days will go. You'll have better days. They won't be the best days. Those days are for when you're with people that you enjoy being around, people you love, people that you get along with, you share interests with. That's a completely different thing, a completely different episode for another time. Are there healthy ways to release your negativity? As I mentioned earlier, counting to 10, just kind of keeping your mouth shut, thinking, processing what's going on. I like to use the term prioritize your thoughts, evaluate while you're prioritizing. Is this important? Should I get mad? Should I not get mad? Those things you want to keep in mind when dealing with these things. I used to like to go see bands play, and when you're in the crowd and the energy, and some may be a little more aggressive than others, I feel better coming out of the show than I felt going in. And the people I was with, the bands that played, the music, it was really beautiful how it felt within me to have those experiences. So like I said, you are the company you keep. The things that you do, the places that you go, the things you feed yourself, your mind, the way you deal with things emotionally, emotions, actions, because sometimes they turn to actions. Those things will have an effect with positive consequences, and I say positive because good things can happen. If you just evaluate things, maybe it won't be so bad. The consequences won't be bad. Maybe there won't be any consequences. If you deal with things negatively, oh boy, you may have a lot bigger things that you'll have to deal with that may not be conducive to yourself, your health, both physical, mental, as well as things that may come through that may be negative, that you will have issues and problems with. So with that closes this week. I haven't gotten any questions from anybody. Hopefully soon you can, once again, you know me in my personal life, within the social media realm, DM me, see me in person, say, hey, I have a question for you. I'll jot it down, and maybe next episode, I'll be able to answer your questions. So with that, in closing, you are the world you build. You are the things you surround yourself with. Not everything's going to be the best, not everything's going to be great, but by trying to build every day, build a foundation at the beginning of your day, may help build something strong in the long run for yourself. How you do things, how things will get better for you, because you're going to be building to better yourself. It won't cure it, but it'll help you go about things easier. Life won't get easy, but it'll get easier, because there's ever-changing world, ever-changing views, ever-changing environments. So with that, I bid farewell. I hope this brought some food for thought, and maybe I can continue this episode, two-parter, with hopefully a remedy of how you can deal with any negative aspects of your life. Thank you. Be safe, stay positive.